video recording. And here we go for the show. 3, 2, 1.
Just drop that ass, bitches. Open micers in the house. Pop that pussy with that open micers logo in your mouth. Jason with his bald ass head. Jacob looking inbred. Open micers, bitch. Heard what I said? Drop that ass, drop that ass. Open micers in the house. Drop that ass, pop that pussy. Open micers in the house. Open micers in the house. Open micers is a mouse. Drop that ass, pop that pussy. Open micers in the house. The mic is now open.
That's right. The mic is now open. My name is Jason Robbins.
I'm Jacob Craig, and I haven't heard that version of the song in so long. It caught me off guard a minute.
Yeah, I figured I'd play a little something different this week.
Play a throwback, a throwback horrible theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here with a host episode, and Jason, you were telling me something before we started recording about how your day's been. What's going on with you, buddy?
I'm not feeling great, buddy. I'm not doing good today. I think I might have a little touch of the food poisoning.
Yeah, and what gave you the food poisoning?
Soup.
Soup. There it is. You know, it be your own people. It be your own people.
I know, man. We talk about soup. Like, we have a T-shirt for the show, hailing soup, and the soup
Hail
is what
soup.
did me in.
The irony of it. The irony. I mean, we are paid good money by Big Soup to be soup sponsors of the brand
Yeah.
of liquid.
What is happening?
And they bite us in the ass like this.
I know it's the chunky Campbell's. What I say it was again? It was the chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, this is the chunky chicken noodle soup, Campbell's.
It's staying chunky. Let me tell you.
Nice, dude. So, like, when did you know that you had full blown food poisoning instead of just a touch of the rhea?
I don't think it's full blown food poisoning because I haven't run a fever or vomited, but my stomach area has sure been upset for the last 6 or 7 hours since lunchtime.
I mean, was there anything wrong with the can? Like, was it out of date?
No, not that I know of. Also, too, I had a doctor's appointment this morning that I forgot about, so I had to leave work really quickly and go to my wellness exam this morning, and everything seemed okay. You know, my blood pressure's fine, weight's fine, but I do have to get a colonoscopy.
Nice, dude. Look, you should tell him to give you that juice now while you're in the middle of evacuating your
Yeah,
bowels.
no shit. I'll be like, look, everything's gone right now. Just get on up in there.
Right.
There's nothing left.
Have you ever had to have a colonoscopy before?
No, this is my first one. So I don't
Nice.
really know what to expect, but I know a lot of people say some weird shit when they come out of the being put to sleep. So I may have whoever takes me to my appointment, I might have them record me after I come out of anesthesia and put it up as a bonus Patreon episode.
There you go. That we could put that on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah,
Do
usually
they still do that?
Our America's Funniest Home Videos. I think so. I'm pretty
How
sure
have they
do.
not been just completely replaced by TikTok by now?
I don't. Well, I mean, they were the OG. I mean, they were basically the YouTube of their day.
Yeah, but now the day is now.
Well, the thing is, people can still go on there and try to win money for
By
their
submitting
stupid
their
videos.
TikToks?
Yeah. So I don't know. And
All
I don't
right.
know. Maybe people like watching it because it's kind of a tradition.
Maybe. I guess so. I feel like with a colonoscopy, like, you said they have to put you out for it?
Yeah, they're gonna put me under. I haven't done it yet. I got 6 months to set up the appointment before my next wellness exam, so I think I might wait till the last second and go
Yeah.
get it. I'm not in
Wait
any
for-
hurry to go have a garden hose rammed up my hoo-ha.
5 months and 29 days later.
I have to like August 10th or some shit.
Now, don't they do colonoscopies too where you don't have to be put under?
I mean, I don't know, but from what I've heard, they usually put you out for it.
Really? I always thought that they didn't, that it was just two men just handling business in there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'd rather be out for it because honestly, I look forward to being put under when I have to have procedures because damn, that's some good sleep. And I don't get good sleep anymore. So that's the only thing. I don't want to get the colonoscopy, but I'm looking forward to that nap, son. Like that. I'm looking forward to that nap like Christmas.
Dude, I feel like there's several Law and Order SVU episodes where the plot is just basically getting a colonoscopy. He put me under with some anesthesia and then he shoved a giant camera up me.
Ma'am, that's what they're supposed to do.
I want to talk to a lawyer.
Don't worry, Jacob. Age comes for us all. I'm finally at the age where I have to get a colonoscopy.
Look, and age is going to come for me before I ever need a colonoscopy, okay? I'm going to be long gone before then, buddy.
You don't think?
All right?
Well, usually if you don't have family history, they wait till you're 50. Used to be 40, but now it's 50. But since I have family history of it, they wants to go ahead and get me in there.
Yeah, I don't have any family history of colon cancer, but they did want my dad to screen for it like a lot. And he did the Cologuard, so he just had to poop in a box and mail it back to him. That's what Cologuard is, dude. Like so, it used to be a class A misdemeanor to mail poop, and now it's just fine.
And now it's official. You have to do it through certain channels. You can't just mail poop. You can't just shit in an envelope and slap a stamp on it and expect it to get where it's going.
What I would do is I would buy up a bunch of Cologuard boxes and then just mail them to my enemies.
So have you heard about this thing now? And actually, well, you wouldn't be qualified for it either because you're not healthy. But
thanks.
There's people that you can shit in a box and send it to this company, and they'll test it because there's this new it's some kind of therapy they do for like Crohn's disease or something, where they basically put like somebody else's healthy fecal matter and bacteria into somebody else, so it's like a poop transplant. Basically, they're doing poop transplants, and so if you have healthy enough poop, they'll pay you for it. They'll pay you for your poop.
To do what with it?
And take it and put it in the bowels of a person who doesn't have a healthy intestinal tract.
Well, stop. So they're gonna take your poop.
Take your poop.
They're gonna cut someone else open.
No, they just like, I guess they
shove it up there. What do they do?
I guess they use like maybe a turkey baster or something.
So it's IVF poop.
Yeah,
We're making
basically
poop babies.
Yeah, basically they're making poop babies back there. Just if you got a bad intestine, or you're not doing the good flora and fauna bacteria or whatever it's called, they'll take somebody else's good poop and swish it around and make a solution out of it. I don't know. They might throw some Gatorade in there or something and swish it around, and then they'll squirt it up into your hoo-ha, and then you'll have a healthy colon.
See, and this is how I know that I'm not going to live very long, because there's so many of these things that I will never do.
And can you imagine? You ever see those people that have like they get a transplant, have like a kidney transplant, and then they'll go meet the person that they got their kidney from, and they'll be like, "Oh, you saved my life," and it'll be like a heartwarming video on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
What do you do with these people? Like, I got your poop in me, and like they have a big hug, and like, we're shit brothers.
Someone shows up on your door one day and is like, "Excuse me, sir, are you Jason Robbins?"
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, yes." And then she just starts rubbing her belly. She's like, "Well, 9 months ago, I borrowed some of your good poop for my bad poop.
And now I have a poop baby.
Now I have a food baby." What? All right. Cut me off if I've gone too far here. But what if you get some good poop from a healthy, sexually active gay man?
What does that have to do with anything?
But then they mix it around in a solution, right? And it goes into a lady. And what if a little bit drips on down in there? Is that enough?
You realize that a gay man's poop is the same as a cis man's poop?
No, I'm saying like, you know.
Oh my God, dude.
What, dude?
What is wrong with you?
I'm just asking questions, dude. That's it.
See, this is the kind of shit that's gonna get us not on SNL.
Dude, we're gonna be fine without SNL, first of all, and second of all, Uncle Shane's got us. Okay, Uncle Shane's holding it down for all of the comedians that were never before gonna be on SNL. We'll be fine as long as we don't say just a clear racial slur. It'll be okay.
I
So
mean,
don't listen too hard back to our back catalog.
if that's your worry, if a gay man's poop is going to somehow drip down into a woman's vagina, why are we talking about this? Like, you realize a woman can poop and not get poop in her vagina. Like,
I don't know how those work.
That's how nature works. Like,
so of all the times
there are
I've
safeguards in place.
Look, I'm just doing simple math here, Jason. I know that women do not have a long taint like men have. And I also know that I've gotten a healthy amount of poop on my taint before.
That's because you don't know how to wipe. You're a child.
Nah, dude, it comes out with such force. It's just spreads everywhere. There's got to be ladies out there that's got the same problems as me.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to get a lady on the show and ask these burning hot questions.
A lady that's got some big hot trunks on her. I don't know what to call a big old turd. A big hot logs.
Oh
hot
God!
cakes.
Can we change the subject, please? This has gone to some dark places.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, dude. Shane Gillis hosting SNL. What do you think about this? Is this good? Is this bad?
Honestly, I watched the monologue. I didn't know much about Shane before all this happened. I mean, I'd seen a little bit of his stuff here and there. But I watched his monologue. I thought it was okay, but I don't know. It felt really off. Like he was trying not to be controversial and ended up not being that funny. Like, because there's a difference between being funny while you're bombing. Like Norm Macdonald was funnier while he was bombing, but I don't think Shane is that funny when he's bombing. I feel like he gets really nervous, and you could tell.
See, my thing is like he was still trying to be edgy. Like he didn't change anything. He was still being himself. Like he said retarded. He said gay. He said all these other things that a normal, even like a Louis C.K. or a Dave Chappelle wouldn't say in their hosting monologue. But then,
yeah, but it's also context too in the way he said those words. He weren't being said in a confrontational way.
Well, gay was, but that's like his thing. That's his trademark, is just calling things gay.
But that's something we've lost as a human race over the last couple of years is the intention behind words, and there was no ill intention behind those words.
Well, I mean, there weren't any ill intentions behind the words he said that got him canceled either, but we're finally just coming back around. I think
most things are taken completely out of context. If you were to take some of the shit we say on this show and just clip it out, like we would be on CNN in a second getting yelled at.
Which we do to ourselves, by the way. We clip out the horribly context TikToks and then just put them out for the world.
And we've already gotten we had people from Texas threaten to shoot us because we dared say something about Texas. So, it's just...
Yeah, dude, by the way, Texas fucking sucks, dude. If you're in Texas, fuck you. I fucking hate you.
This is definitely getting clipped out, and I'm tagging that guy in it.
I hope your mom gets some good poop and then gets pregnant from it. Fuck you, Texas. But, dude, my thing is, like, I don't think that he bombed that monologue. Like, the SNL audience is so stiff and, like... It's so cringy to me that like this is the kind of audience that laughs at like an actor's opening monologue.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Most monologues are not that funny.
Right. They're all usually horrible and they're poorly read. They've been written on the cue cards. They've been trying to memorize it this whole week. And then Shane goes out there and does some really good stand-up that everyone online and everyone watching at home thinks is funny. It's just the people in the room think it sucks because they're just the New York liberal fan base of SNL.
I mean, I thought it was funny. I mean, I'm liberal and I thought it was funny. So, but I don't know. I just felt like he could feel the daggers being shot at him in the room,
Yeah.
and that can definitely affect you, especially when you're on television in front of not only the people in the audience, but how many people are watching at home? At least a couple of
Right.
million watching live.
And to be fair, like the people that are diehard fans of SNL would make you look like a Republican, Jason.
Oh,
Like
I'm
they're
sure.
wildly, horribly liberal. There were probably people who didn't attend that taping because Shane Gillis was hosting. Like,
And let's make it clear. I think super far left people and super far right people are both equally awful. I think you all should just go live on Mars or something. Like you're all
just go
awful
to
people.
Texas.
Yeah, go to Texas
You
and
all
just
deserve each other.
yeah, you all go to Texas and fight it out over there, and we'll let Texas be its own country. You guys go do whatever the fuck you want to do.
We'll send them all to Texas and then give Texas back to Mexico. And then it'll just be getting it from three sides.
Yeah.
But I thought that it was the funniest episode of SNL I've seen in a very long time. Like did you see the Limu Emu and Doug skit?
No, the thing is, I used to watch SNL when it was on Hulu, but it's not on Hulu anymore, so I got to watch it piece by piece
Yeah.
on YouTube, and I haven't watched all the skits yet. I just watched the monologue.
Dude, so they did a Liberty Mutual skit about with like Shane Gillis as Doug and with
Yeah.
Limu Emu. And it's one of the funniest skits I've ever seen on SNL, dude.
I'll watch
It's
it.
only like 2 minutes long. You have to go watch it.
I'll go watch it tonight. Because usually now, since I don't get it on Hulu, because usually I'll just put it on and do something else while I'm watching it. Because let's just face it, like 75% of SNL is crap since
Yeah.
the 90s. Like usually there's very rare to have like a great episode. I mean, there's been some funny stuff, here and there, but for the most part, it's been kind of lame. So I don't really go and watch all the skits and shit. But now that it's on I have to watch it on YouTube. I just kind of I'll watch the monologue and I'll watch the weekend update. That's really all I watch, unless there's a breakout skit that I absolutely have to go watch.
Yeah, and see, I don't even really do that anymore. I just watched all of the sketches because Shane was in them. And I think that them finally leaning back into stand up is gonna actually be good for them too, because like comedians like Shane Gillis and Nate Bargatze and these people that they're getting to host now have their own dedicated diehard fan base.
Yeah.
So if they have 1 million followers loosely, well then that's potentially 1 million more people to watch your show that probably weren't watching it before because
Yeah.
you have a crappy show that's been crappy for a decade.
Well, I think when you, it especially like, and I'm not just talking about like super far left wing. I'm talking like hardcore right wing shit. When you're catering to those people, those are a very small portion
Yeah.
of people. Like they may seem loud, but that's just because of the nature of the internet. Most people, I would like to think, are like us. Pretty, a little bit on one side or the other of the middle, like, or what would you say, like centrists or whatever. Like I want everybody to get along. I want everybody to be free, do whatever you want. I don't care how you live your life, whether you're gay or if you're a super Christian. I don't give a shit. And that's the thing that bugs me about the world. Like, why is it when you say that you're an atheist or an agnostic, most Christian people get instantly offended?
Yeah.
Like, and I think I figured it out too. Like, I had so many people mad at me, especially in my own family, when I came out as quote agnostic.
Oh, you had to come out?
Yeah, I had to come out as agnostic because like, come on, it's weird. All that shit's weird. Christianity, like, it's all weird, and like, I don't care what you believe, but when I said I was agnostic, people got so mad at me, and like, I think I figured it out that when you're an agnostic, it stirs something within them that maybe they don't really believe all that stuff either, and they're just afraid to be like I am, where I don't give a shit.
Right. See, I think the problem is that not everyone else is like us. We're like, you have your own core beliefs, and then if someone else disagrees with those core beliefs, that's fine. You
Yeah,
can disagree all you want. You can even hate it. You can even hate me for having it, but I'm not going to care about whatever it is that you do. I just care about myself. Like, I think that 90% of the world does not have that in them.
yeah.
Like, they have to encroach on other people and tell them what they can and can't do.
You know what?
It's just what it is.
Most people just want to go to work. They want to hang out with their friends and family. They want some good entertainment, and they don't want to be preached to. You know, they don't want people trying to tell them how to live their lives. And if you're one of those people that wants to tell everybody else how to live their life, go eat shit. I mean, it's not your their other people's business is not your business. So I think most people are like us. We're just like, if you think differently than me, it's fine.
Yeah, and I think a problem too is that like everyone is finding such different paths in life once you reach a certain age. Because like everyone over 50, I mean, they're not living in current times. I
No.
mean, they're people who are like, you know, I hate you for thinking this like most of the time. But now we have people who like before the age of 30, they've either gone to college, been brought up on these college campuses, been shown these liberal ideals as fact through the education basis of the college campuses. And now this is a core belief for them, and everything else is incorrect. And then we've got the people who didn't take that route, probably joined the military, went to boot camp, shaved their head, bought a bunch of guns, doesn't have an education,
Yeah.
thinks, well, all that matters is my family and my tradition. And anyone that doesn't think that, I'm going to fucking shoot them and kill them.
Yeah.
Like that's the two sides of the world that are currently coming up at the same time right now, which is
Yeah.
why there's a divide.
And I just feel so weird in the world we live in now because it's just like I just want some good comedy, you know, and
Yeah.
I want people to be able in a playful manner roast, you know, like punch up, but also you can punch sideways, and sometimes it's okay to punch down as long as
Yeah.
there's no malice behind it, because there's nothing wrong with ribbing other people or you know, and roasting, like telling jokes about people, like I say, punch sideways, or you know, definitely punch up to, you know, talk truth to power. But you know, people get so hung up on like nuance has been lost in today's world. Like you just
Yeah.
context is king, but there's no longer context to anything.
Yeah, and as far as the punching down thing goes, it's like when you do punch down on somebody, first of all, like the people that you say punch down to, like, oh, you can't punch down to black people, Asian people, Mexican people, trans people, gay people. Well, you saying that makes it your opinion that you think those people are below you and me.
Exactly.
So if I don't think that, it's not punching down, dude. It's
Thank
me.
you.
It's another person. It's another. It's different. It's not under me.
Yes.
Like I, so many people bring that up. We're like, oh, you're punching down on trans people, dude. Trans people have the same brain, the same emotions. They're just people. All just people. Like punching down would be like social status. If you were Jerry Seinfeld, like roasting a fucking homeless person, like
Yeah.
that's punching down because that's
Yeah.
something that you can measure. Like you can't measure the worth of people.
And like I said, context is everything, and intention is everything. Like, and I do agree that like there's a lot of comedians out there who, you know, say quote punch down or whatever, that do it out of a place of meanness, and they need
Matt
to,
Rife.
yeah, and they do need to be called out for it.
Yeah.
Especially
Matt Rife.
if their ideas about, you know, people that they're making fun of are fucked up and stupid. Like they just need to be taken to the side and being like, hey, here, let me educate you on some shit.
Well, the comics that do that aren't good enough comics to be able to just get rid of that bit and replace it with a bit that's this just as good or better to them.
Yeah.
Like Matt Rife's never gonna replace a bit like that because he only has so much material. Like he wrote enough material for his specials and does crowd work. Like it's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is like, is just if as a comedian, if you do jokes out of a place of love for your fellow man, it's different than doing, just straight meanness kind of shit. Like there is intention behind stuff.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking weird, but that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we're in a pendulum swing right now where, like, before COVID, so much got taken off the table and what people can joke about that now in the post-COVID world, after everyone's been able to just kind of sit there and think and be to themselves, they're like, no, we're not mad anymore. We had a timeout. Like, we
And
don't care. Like, the
I think
pendulum's
too
swinging
is
too far in the other direction to where, like, we can make fun of everything now, I think.
nobody knows how to laugh at themselves anymore. Everybody takes everything so serious nowadays, and even I'm guilty of this. Taking shit
Yeah.
too seriously, some stuff that doesn't need to be taken seriously. And it's like we all need to just, as a society, let's take a step back, take a deep breath, and try to be better to one another.
Right. I mean, and in the context of comedy, I think you can get away with anything. Like, Shane Gillis got canceled for all the stuff he said, and then he goes on to become arguably the most successful comic in the world right now by just staying exactly the same
Yeah.
and letting society change around him. Like, he knew that he was talented. He knew he had something good. It's just everyone has to kind of stop being so sensitive and realize it so he can host SNL.
The thing when it comes to somebody like Shane Gillis is you'll have, people, far left people who like him and think that he's telling these kind of jokes like he is to in a certain way. It's hard to. I'm trying to explain this better, but then there are people on the right who are like, yeah, he's just talking
He's
shit.
one of us.
Yeah, he's one of us. But like, I don't want to be. I would never want to be in that position because like that just feels gross to me.
I don't know. I don't think he really even preys on politics a lot aside from like his connection to Donald Trump, which I mean, he's parodies Trump and then he also openly states like in his stand up and podcast, like, I love Donald Trump. Like he's never said that he's like a or maybe he has, but he doesn't like say like I'm a Trump supporter. We should all vote for Trump. He's just like I love Donald Trump because I'm assuming he's hilarious and he's a good source of like material and inspiration for him.
Yeah.
He's never been like we should all vote for Donald Trump and I'm using my platform to make sure that happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip that out of you saying that and put it on the internet.
Let's do it, dude. I'm fine with it. At this point, I'm look. The older that I get, the further to the right I go, Jason. I'm getting real cranky real fast.
No,
We need Donnie back.
I have to. No,
We need Donnie back,
dude. I will have severe anxiety. I had an anxiety attack every day for 4 years. That dude was in office. Like I do not like him at all. Not that.
Nah, we need Donnie back, dude. He's got to drain the swamp.
I actually think I'm gonna do a write-in candidate for a potato this next election.
Then you might as well just vote for Joe Biden because he is a potato.
I'm gonna write in
He's
breakfast potatoes.
breakfast potatoes. Joe Biden's cooked like a breakfast potato, boy. All right. Well, hey, that was a quick 30-minute episode.
Wow,
How
that
about
was
that?
30 minutes. Wow. That's
Well,
crazy. I didn't feel like 30 minutes, but all right. I guess so.
hey, that's what she said.
And I guess I'm going to go die now.
That's fine. You know what? That's fine. Just put me in your estate. I'll get all three of your comic books and your DVDs and we'll roll with it.
After I die, you can take my ashes, mix it up with a little bit of poop, and all of you out there can,
Paste it right up there.
take a turkey baster and just get in a circle and just just go to town, and you can all have a little piece of me inside you.
Dude, imagine at like 3 in the morning, like 5 days after you die, my fiance just hears things being knocked over in the bathroom. And she's like, "Oh my God, Jacob, what's going on?" And she swings the door open. And she's like, "Oh, you're boofing Jason again." I miss him so much. Just have my legs over my head.
Oh,
I
Grad
want him
sounds.
inside me one more time.
Well, that's a good visual to go out on. So,
Gay subtext.
anything else before we leave this episode?
Not really, man. I got March all booked up. Dude, we have a curse where like if I announce who our guests are
Yeah.
slightly prematurely, it gets canceled 100% of the time. And it's happened as far back as like Paul Rodriguez, and now as soon as Caitlin Palufo. Like we announced her slightly early, like a week early, and now that interview's just gone in the wind. Um, so we've got guests for March. That's all you're gonna know is that people will be on this podcast in March. I'm not
Awesome.
gonna say who it is. Go to the website and look at who it is. But yeah, you guys stay tuned. Get in the Patreon. We got a couple new Patreon subscribers, man. We're getting close, Jason. We're getting close to being able to just quit our jobs and live off that $100 of Patreon money.
Well, I guess that's going to do it for this week. Let me go ahead and play our music here. You can email us. Email us at openmicerspodcast@gmail.com. Openmicers.com takes you to our website where we keep all the blog and all that stuff over there. Linktree/OpenMicersPodcast is our link tree. Takes you everywhere you need to go, all the socials, all that good stuff. That's going to do it for this week. We love you all, and we'll see you again right here next week.
I'm gonna poop you out.
All right, thanks you guys for watching on YouTube, and we'll see you all next week.